Hello everyone, welcome to this interview. Today we have a very special guest with us, Dr. Tahera Danesh, a socio-economic influencer and an expert. She is the leading member of the Persia Education Foundation, and that's not all, because she has organized a short film festival together with Film Buzz, which is in a few days here in London. And the festival is showcasing films made especially by Iranian women about the socio-economic and cultural dynamic in Iran. Let's give a warm welcome to Dr. Tahera Danesh. Dr. Danesh, it's an absolute pleasure to have you here. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for the treat of spending some time with me. Thank you.
Can you tell us more about the upcoming short film festival? What inspired you to create this platform?
Thank you. That's a wonderful question. Actually, what happened was Film Buzz film director, Jess Cooper, is an old friend. And he contacted Persia and said that he has come across the opportunity of hosting an amazing selection of films that have been submitted to him for a number of film festivals that he coordinates throughout the year. And he decided that actually the ones that were submitted by women in Iran should be organized differently. And he was the one who was looking for an organization that he felt sort of in harmony with. Mm-hmm. And so he came to us, and we had never done anything of this nature, but given the predicament that we're in as a global community dealing with the issue of women's rights, and this amazing historic opportunity that is arising out of Iran, the first female-led, the first woman-led revolution of its kind, we felt that we need to jump into action, join forces with the wonderful director Jess Cooper, and do this. So we have been going back and forth together and with a range of other individuals and organizations that have supported us to make sure that we do this as a gift to the community and to actually raise the funds that are coming out of this festival to support Iranian women who are attending universities at the United Kingdom, in the United Kingdom. So everything that we are doing is an act of service and an expression of love to support Iranian descent women's education.
And what is the main objective and theme of the festival? And how do you think that the films will contribute to the socio-economic dynamic in Iran?
It is to actually globalize awareness about what is happening in Iran, both in terms of its socioeconomic impact on the Iranian population, particularly women and girls, and to advance the discourse on gender apartheid and gender equality, the need for gender equality. Mm-hmm. And of course, the expression of love that has been originated from the Iranian women filmmakers who have donated these films strictly to ensure that they support their sisters in their quest for education, because as we all know, or maybe not everyone knows, but many do know, that Iranian women and girls are suffering from gas poisoning at universities and schools. So accessing the right to education is tantamount to the right to life at the moment for Iranian women and girls. And so for us, it's very important to increase, as an education foundation, it's incredibly important for us to facilitate access to education any which way we can.
Looking forward to it. And when is it exactly, if you would be kind to mention the dates? I know it's 23rd and 24th, but where is it exactly? Please give us some more information about it.
June 23 and 4 of just as you mentioned. So we have 4 hours of short films altogether. 2 hours will be screened on Friday and 2 hours on Saturday. So the Friday screening will be 3 to 5 p.m. at the Curzon Cinema in central London. And then the second screening of the remainder of these wonderful submissions will take place between 10 a.m. and 12 noon, again at the same venue, the Curzon Cinema, Victoria. And we also are hosting a VIP reception that is taking place on Friday evening between 5 to 7 p.m. We're incredibly fortunate to plan this wonderful reception with an amazing Iranian German talent, Nicole Ansari Cox, who has kindly and generously accepted to voluntarily be our celebrity supporter for this reception. And along with her are coming, there's a range of celebrities who are actually coming, but they have asked to remain anonymous for now. And Nicole has been kind enough to allow us to publicize her presence at this event, not yet known in the Iranian sort of mainstream community. But as we know, we have so many hyphenated Iranians throughout the globe who are incredibly accomplished, but are not so vocal about what they've been able to do. Mm-hmm. And it was very sweet because when I was in her presence and we were consulting together about this opportunity to collaborate, she very humbly said, I wasn't sure in the beginning if I should be saying anything because I'm not necessarily part of the Iranian community, sort of the celebrity community that so many Iranians or Iranian descent individuals around the world are familiar with. And she was almost in a consultative manner expressing this. And that was quite touching because for someone as accomplished as her to wonder whether she should step up without, it's sort of a concern about should she or should she not. And that was quite touching. And having had the pleasure of working with so many celebrities in different spaces, her sense of humility and grace was quite touching.
Dr. Danesh, what impact do you hope that this short film festival would have on the audience and the society as a whole?
Well, we are really hoping that we, in everything we do with Persia, we're not so focused on just the Iranian community exclusively. We feel that the Iranian community is a sort of a catalyst in global prospects for advancement and prosperity and accomplishment of certain goals that are integral to the survival of the human community. And so likewise, we feel that with this festival, we want to raise the call on behalf of those who are literally giving their lives on the streets of Iran, and to not only highlight the plight of Iranian women and the Iranian people for life and freedom, but to actually spotlight the need for, as I mentioned earlier, gender equality, because we are experiencing and a number of different academics and activists and policymakers are exploring the concept of creating a new category of human rights law, which sort of explores the notion of gender apartheid, gender-based apartheid. And this is something that women in Iran and Afghanistan are expressing, but actually you can see it throughout the globe. You can experience it anywhere. Over the last year, we've had a number of prime ministers and female or women CEOs. I hate to say women, but,
Yes.
have to be specific in this case, who have stepped down from their amazing positions because we're finding that even if you're an accomplished woman, even if you do make it to the top, even if you do shatter the glass ceiling, the system is as such that as a woman, you're always at a disadvantage operating in a male-dominated world. Absolutely. So this is a global issue. And so we're really hoping that this would become another pillar for this structure, the superstructure that needs to advance the notion of equality and justice.
In what ways do you think that the festival will empower Iranian women in this case, and the cause that they are fighting for?
Well, first of all, as you have kindly mentioned, this is the very first short film festival that embodies submissions by Iranian women exclusively. We've never had anything like this. Mm-hmm. So we want Iranian women to assume their rightful position in what is sometimes referred to as artvocacy, using the arts for advocacy. Mm-hmm. The Iranian community has been rising to greater heights of success in the world of visual arts over the past few decades, regardless of the unbelievable oppression that they've been experiencing. And so we really hope that Iranian women, not only in Iran, but everywhere, feel empowered and inspired to use their creativity, to use their artistic expressions for the betterment of society. And this is why perhaps we're so excited about doing this, because we are beginning to see people coming out of the woodworks and just, contacting us and saying, hey, I have something to give you. Will you take it and share it? And that's amazing. That sense of creativity offered with such humility and such detachment will only create goodwill and will only empower and fuel progress.
And you said you have plans to expand. What new initiatives and projects are you considering?
We are now open for expressions of interest and support and inclusion in what will be a bicontinental, a European and North American short film festival. Mm-hmm. The details of which, as I mentioned, will be shared later, but certainly anyone interested in being part of this space is more than welcome to contact Persia on behalf of Film Buzz and Persia and our other partners who are joining forces with us in North America. So on the European side of things, our email address is info@persia.education. We're also present on Instagram, LinkedIn, and Facebook. But we're very interested in receiving expressions of collaboration and support for our next effort in this space.
That's brilliant. Thank you so much, Dr. Danesh, for joining us. And thank you so much for your compelling explanations. Thank you.